Welcome everyone to this special episode of a Crypto Capsule Commentary, where I'll share my point of view on the latest ban from the Chinese government on Friday, September 24th of Bitcoin and crypto transactions. Over the next couple of minutes, I'll explain what the ban is, what is its practical impact, and what the broader impact of this latest notice can be, not only on crypto in China, but the global crypto ecosystem. Hope you're ready, because here we go. This episode is brought to you by EQONEX. EQONEX is a Nasdaq-listed institutional-grade exchange built to provide the best crypto trading experience for traders and long-term investors. Start trading today on EQONEX and buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with US dollars. Best of all, you can receive rewards for each of your trades. Check out the link for more details. Okay, so let's kick it off. Maybe to give a bit summary to everybody. What happened here was on Friday, September 24th in the afternoon. Basically, the People's Bank of China and about 10 different government agencies, government bodies, came out another reiteration of a Bitcoin and crypto ban. But this time, this is probably the most clear and explicit ban of crypto activities. What the notice actually did was three things. First of all, was really clarify that actually the virtual currencies are not legal currencies in China, and that any crypto-related transactions are illegal. Before, there was a bit of a gray area. Now there's no gray area. There's no ambiguity anymore. And what was actually probably more interesting as well is that there's been an overall ban of the ecosystem. So not only there's now a very explicit ban of financial service providers from opening accounts to allowing transfers for crypto entities, but also literally the ban is probably broader as well. They even mentioned about marketing of crypto assets, companies providing IT services and the likes. So it's definitely broader and more explicit than what it was before. Second is that this ban also explicitly mentions that the provision of crypto services by overseas exchanges to Chinese residents is illegal. This may have an impact on a lot of the overseas exchange. And number three, the big development that came out as well was that this is really a coordinated notice. Before, there's been previous notices that took place, but this one was the PBOC, about 10 different government bodies, and they really talk about the implementation of this new notice, and also a lot of the monitoring and information sharing element. Now, what does this all mean, right? Obviously, there's been a lot of people in crypto would say, there's been a lot of previous bans in the past. This is just another ban. Well, I actually think things are a bit different this time. First of all, yes, this is not a surprise, right? I think that there's been, China has made its position on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency transactions very clear in the past. Now it makes it really crystal clear. In 2017, for example, it made a ban on ICOs. Even in the summer of 2021, there was actually three industry bodies that came out and warned the public against the risk of trading cryptocurrencies. There was even the PBOC at the time told the banks not to provide services to crypto companies, but also then obviously there was a ban on Bitcoin mining. What is different this time? And now it is crystal clear that crypto transactions are illegal in China, and the companies that provide services to these companies in China may have legal issues. The two things that I'm watching here that I think are quite important to notice. One of them is what's going to happen. Yes, crypto trading is illegal, but what's going to happen with the ownership of cryptocurrencies? You know, Chinese courts in the past, in 2019, have said that yes, the ownership of crypto is legal. Actually, a court in 2021 took a different approach, but it's going to be very interesting to see if this is how this will be implemented on the potential ownership of cryptocurrencies. Second, it'll be also interesting to watch what's going to happen on broader services. So companies are providing services to crypto companies in the mainland, how the ban will impact them from that perspective. So really, first thing I'm watching is really this kind of practical implementation of it. Second thing, I think which is very important for those outside of China, especially those involved in crypto businesses, including crypto exchanges, crypto custodians, and the likes. This notification was very clear that actually the provision of overseas exchanges are not going to be allowed to trade with China residents when it comes to crypto. This is very interesting, but this was a very gray area. If you look globally right now, there's a lot of crypto exchanges that are not based in China, but still accept clients from mainland China. Others have taken a more conservative view and already actually don't accept mainland China clients. So I think it's going to be very interesting now to watch what's the impact going to be with some of these big regulated players, whether they're going to ban the Chinese residents from trading on their platform and whether they're going to offboard them as well. This is very interesting because in the crypto, actually, if you're, for example, today a US resident, you're a US person, to use the legal term, most international exchanges will not even take you as an exchange. And today in the crypto space, we have US exchanges that cater to US clients, and we have basically the overseas ones where frankly a lot of the liquidity is, where we have crypto derivatives that do not accept US persons. So ironically now some of the Chinese crypto traders are going to feel what probably American crypto traders have felt for some time when it comes from that perspective. So it's going to be very, very interesting to watch where the Chinese crypto traders now have become the new American crypto traders when it comes to difficulty accessing platforms. Very interesting to watch what's going to happen there. The big question probably also is, can this work? Can a country really ban Bitcoin? The reality, as you guys know, Bitcoin is decentralized currency. It's pretty much impossible to ban. But the reality is that because of that, is very difficult to actually implement such a ban in many cases. For example, decentralized exchanges. In theory, anybody in China right now that has like an Ethereum wallet could start trading on some of these decentralized exchanges where there's no KYC, and that will be very difficult to stop initially. Second, peer-to-peer. If two people meet in the street, the beauty of Bitcoin was actually that it's the first time you can transmit value with no centralized intermediary. Actually, two people that meet in the street, or via P2P or other means can actually trade crypto, although it will be legal. And third is actually, frankly, a lot of people who travel overseas, if a PRC national travels anywhere outside of China, buys some Bitcoin, puts on a hardware wallet, comes back to China, it'll be very, very difficult to monitor those transactions. Also, let's not forget, there's a lot of PRC nationals, Chinese nationals that are living around the world, from students to workers. I think so it'll be very interesting to see that even though these activities are illegal, and I think the notice made it very clear, how to implement them and be able to monitor them will be very, very difficult. So now what does it mean? What's going to be the practical impact moving forward? I think there's two things that I'm really watching right now from that perspective. One of them is now that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, it's very clear, are not allowed in mainland China. Is this going to accelerate the adoption and implementation of the Chinese digital currency, the one government issued, which is a ECNY, which is basically the China Central Bank digital currency? As many of you know, many of you follow my videos, I've talked about this many times before, China is without any doubt years ahead of any other countries on this topic. I mean, to put things in perspective, the PBOC has been researching the topic since 2014. That's 7 years ago. By way of comparison, the Bank of England started looking at this topic in March 2020. So there's obviously China is years ahead of any other, I would say, large economy on this topic. I mean, to put things in perspective, only over the last couple of months, there's been over $5 billion US. That's over 30 billion RMB that have been actually transacted of this new digital currency, of the ECNY. Over 1.3 million use cases and over 30 million wallets have been opened, both retail and corporates. Many people believe this was going to come live before the Olympics. Let's not forget the Winter Olympics are coming up in the first quarter of 2022, in a couple months. I think this is going to be really paving the way for China focusing on the ECNY. So that's definitely something that I'm watching. Second thing, and maybe final thing, and I'll leave you guys with this, is who's going to benefit from this, right? It's very interesting. Obviously, short term, many people will say this is a good buying opportunity. There may be a lot of short-term volatility. I think many people will probably try to take advantage of this drop in prices. But I think globally, what is the impact on this, right? Before China was about 65% of Bitcoin mining was happening in China. Now all that activity has moved out. It moved out some to Kazakhstan, some to Russia, but a lot to North America, mainly the United States. So the US actually may end up being one of the biggest Bitcoin miner in a couple of months. It'll be interesting now to watch with this crackdown in China now, which is very clear. There's obviously a lot of Chinese crypto companies that have operations in China. Where are these teams going to move? Which country is going to take advantage of this situation? Is it going to be the US? Is it going to be countries in the Middle East? Is it going to be countries in Europe or the UK? I think it'll be very, very interesting to watch. So I'm watching this very, very closely. What will be the global ramifications of this? It won't affect the price of Bitcoin in the long term. Bitcoin will go on. The crypto ecosystem will continue to grow. But I think there's a lot of these companies that have some nexus to China, and these companies will look for a new home where they can operate. So it'd be very, very interesting to watch how that happens. So guys, hope this was a useful update of Crypto Capsule Commentary. Obviously this will be a very interesting topic to watch. I expect to see a lot of developments in the space, but hopefully this was useful color that can be very useful to all of you. Thank you very much and see you all soon for another episode of Crypto Capsule Commentary. See you guys.